Hello friends, today we will be learning the pricing procedure in SAP MM. What is SAP MM pricing procedure? Basically, when the user wants to create a purchase document, so what should be the price of a material or service based on the vendor, the purchase organization, the plant, and any other criteria. So you decide the which component of the prices should be included or excluded in the final price for the material. So this is all about pricing procedure. In SAP MM, there are certain certain configurations through which your price comes on the purchase document. So show you what are the configurations in uh, SAP. So we are at IMG customizing, and we are at logistics, materials management, and then purchasing, and then conditions. Basically, these are actually pricing conditions, and then define price determination process. So essentially, there are three things. One is condition type. Condition type is the pricing components, and uh, what based on the conditions, what prices each component will be carrying to your purchase document. So uh, these are configured through access sequence. Now, what is access sequence? Access sequence is you define uh, entries for the conditions in the database table based on search criteria. Search criteria could be like the vendor, the material group, the plant, the purchase organization, or any other criteria. So based on that, the system will find out the value of that pricing component, the condition type. So it is done through this access sequence, and then you define schema. So the schema holds things like uh, let me show you schema calculation. Schema calculation. Schema calculation defines the structure through the condition types. Let me show you how it looks like. So here are the schemas already defined. You can create new schemas as well. So let me show you already existing schema. One schema is RM0000. This schema is used for calculating the net price, effective price for a material based on the search criteria, based on access sequence, etc. So let me open this schema. In this schema, as per this screen, you see there are condition types. The first one is PB00. This is the condition type for gross price for any material. Then here they are basically steps. So the system will go through these steps for calculating the net price or effective price from the gross price. So the first one is gross price. Then you defined other condition types like discount, freight charge, taxes, etc. The other column is counter. So first is step and next is counter. So suppose on step number 10, you have defined many condition types. So step number 10 is repeated for say 5 condition types. Now which condition types will be included uh, in pricing? So the counter will work now. So first it will go to counter, say counter number 5, which is HB00 header surcharge. Then it will go to the next counter, surcharge. Then it will go to next counter, surcharge per quantity. So likewise calculation is done, and likewise all the condition types are included. So uh, next column in this screen is from and to. So sometimes for any condition type you want uh, to include which uh, condition types values should be included in this particular condition type. So suppose this one ZA01 surcharge percentage on gross. It says from step number 1, and it is not defined the 2. So only step number 1 is included, and so basically step number 1 is what? The gross price. So surcharge percentage on gross price. So this percentage, what percentage? It will be defined either manually on the purchase document screen, or this percentage may be defined in the database. So based on the value, it will come on the purchase document, and this percentage is based on gross price. So suppose the gross price PB00 has a value in the database as 10, and it says 5%. So 5% of $10. So it will be how much? I guess $0.5. So $0.5 will be shown on the or on your purchasing document. So similarly, this calculation is done based on this structure which is available in your schema. The other things to control each condition type is one column manual. If the manual is ticked, manual column ticked for a condition type, in that case uh, it should be calculated manually based on suppose your step number from to. Then next one, if it is not selected, in that means the value will be coming automatic on your purchase document. Then next one is required. If this condition type is required or not. If it is required, you tick, and the system will always include this condition type in calculation. If it is not ticked, then it should be automatic. Whether it means based on your structure and based on the pricing determination, system will pick or drop. Then statistics. This column means if any price component is part of your net price calculation or not. If you have selected this statistics tick box, that means the condition type, that particular condition type will not be included in net price calculation, though this condition type will be included in your effective price calculation. Then the next column is print. So if this condition type will be printed when you print your purchase document. Suppose on a PO you have surcharge condition type. If it is to be printed in your uh, in your purchase document, and if this is print column is selected, so it will be shown. Otherwise, it will not be shown in the price uh, price figures for that purchase document. Then subtotal. Subtotal is database. Basically, in the database, you have to write some values of some condition types. So, whether in the subtotal calculation, this particular condition type should be included or not. So, those values you can define, you can choose from the drop down. Then the next column is requirement. Requirement means uh, what kind of uh, criteria is should be there for working on this condition type. So sometimes suppose this condition type surcharge will be included and calculated only when some earlier condition type is also included. So those requirements you can define over here. The next column is formula calculation rule. So if any of your condition type has some kind of formula for calculating value, so those values you can pick through the drop down. Then basis formula for the condition. So basis price, what is the basis price, and how the value of this particular condition type derives. So those you can select here. The next one is account key. So account key is used for condition types like freight. So that in the financial account entries, the entry should go to the ledgers, particular ledgers. Then the next column is accruals. So again, in the accruals of the financial entries, if the particular condition type values should be written or not. So these are all configurations for the schema. Now each schema has all these condition types. Each condition type, how the calculation is done and everything. So this is all about schema. The other, so from the schema you get the structure, pricing structure for a purchase document. The values come from access sequences. So these two things together work and give you the uh, the price components and the values of each price component on your purchase document. Now let me show you the access sequence and condition types. First of all, let me open a condition type so that you should understand uh, how the condition type itself is controlled. Suppose gross price is down. Let me open first of all the gross price. Gross price is represented by PB00 and PBXX. Okay, let me open PB00. This condition type PB00, it is gross price. Access sequence assigned to this condition type is 0002. So access sequence 0002 means in the search for values in the table, it is almost on the top. It comes only after 0001. So the system finds the value of this condition type PB00 for a particular purchase document, uh, where you on the purchase document you are defining the vendor, the material, the purchase organization, plant, and some other criteria. So a system finds out the actual value of this condition type for that particular vendor, that particular purchase organization, that particular plant. So this is how it works. Now, how the this condition type itself is controlled. It is controlled through these things. Control like condition class. So condition class for gross price is B, which is prices. Then whether it should be plus or minus. Sometimes suppose this condition type is discount. In that case, it should be minus, so that the net price or effective price is derived after deducting the value for this condition class from the gross price. Then calculation type. So calculation type could be quantity or scale or other types. Then condition category. So condition category is also important, and like this condition gross price is based on basic price condition category. Then rounding rules. How rounding of the price figures should be done, like whether it is uh, this, suppose the value is zero point 0.4. So how the system will write for this? So there are three options to you. One is commercial, one is round up, and the third one is round down. If suppose the value is zero point 0.4 and your selection here is round down, in that case the actual figure in the database will be written as 0. And suppose it is round up, so in that case still since it is zero point 0.4 and it is below, say suppose the value is a zero point 0.6, in that case if it is round up it will be 1. So this is how the value of the condition type is controlled. Then group condition, so this tells whether a particular condition type is a group condition. So if you select group condition, then it will hold values for many purchase documents or many conditions, and based on those conditions the price will be determined. So this when it is ticked, then it is a group condition, and in that case it will not be a individual condition. Group condition is used in many cases, like say you want to have say taxes. Suppose the current tax rate is 6%, and in future it gets changed. So if you define this tax as a group condition, and this condition is used in many at many places, in many and now when you create the purchase document and you change the value at the group level, so all the values, the new taxes, suppose now the tax is 6.5, the earlier one was 6, so now the 6.5 value will be taken on all your purchase document just by changing its value at one place. Then routine, what group condition routine? So routine is basically there are four options. Routine should be applicable at total document, like suppose a purchase order at the purchase order level, or across all condition types. So that means whether this group condition will be working through all condition types on a document. And then the third option is material pricing group. Material pricing group is uh, uh, for one material. Uh, you define a pricing group. Maybe suppose you have a material group. There you have defined this condition type. So all the materials in that material group will have this condition type applicable. So these are some options. Then what changes can be made in the condition type? One is no limitation. So any changes it will accept. Sometime only in the header, like uh, whenever this condition type appears in a header condition record. So the changes which you make, it should appear there automatically. Or say you have ticked item condition, so only the item conditions will have the updated values of this condition type. Then how these changes, maybe say suppose amount, based on amount or based on percent. So uh, based on this selection, your calculation will be derived. Then calculation type. So calculation type, sometimes calculation type is uh, quantity. Sometimes the calculation is based not on quantity but on some scale. Then master data. If this condition type is a master data, if it is master data, then it must have some valid from and valid to values. And uh, if it is a master data, then valid from which date? So that you can define, like if you select today's date, so it uh, this condition type will have the effective date from today to the date you define valid to. Then which this condition type is part of which pricing procedure? So this you can define. And sometimes you can also leave this blank. In that case, this condition type can be part of any pricing procedure. Then scales. How this condition type works with scales. So one option is quantity scale. Then other option may be some. Let us see these options. Scale basis. It could be value scale. It could be net weight scale. It could be volume scale. So you can select, and this condition type will have that kind of scale. Then how the currency conversion, accruals, then invoice list condition, uh, how the control for this condition type will be done. So these are options you can choose. Then sales pricing, whether this condition type will be part of sales. Like currently we are working on the procurement side, not on sales side, because we are on SAP Materials Management. So this condition type, if you define as also part of sales pricing, then this condition type also can be used on the SD side, SAP SD side. So this is how a condition type is controlled through these control parameters. So all these condition types will have their own condition parameters. Now, one important thing here to remember, uh, the master conditions, the conditions which have validity periods, they have the access sequence. They can be searched in the database. But the conditions which are not master condition, but they are dependent conditions, those conditions do not have any access sequence. Suppose let me show you. Suppose the freight, where is freight? Uh, F, okay. Suppose this FRB2. This is not a master condition. So here you see here access sequence is blank. Basically, the value for a freight is always derived from the gross price or net price. So you cannot have access sequence for this condition type. So these were all the condition types, and let me also show you access sequence. Here on this screen, what you see is the list of different access sequence made. So we have access sequence 0001, we have access sequence 0002. So when a search is done to find out value of a particular condition, uh, the system goes through this sequence. Like first it will search for 0001 access sequence. If it is not found, then it will go to 0002 access sequence. If it is not found there, then it will go for 0003 access sequence. It is something like this. Now let me show you, suppose the gross price, and here you see how the system will be searching. Again you have the access sequence. The first one, you can say that these are the steps: 5, 10, 13, 15. These values are steps, and they are against a table. So this they are condition tables. So this the next column, it is showing the tables. Like there are some common tables, like table number 16 holds information about contract item. And contract item means the one any item on a contract. Then number 17, table number 17, it is for info record. So info record, uh, all the info records have entry in this table number 17. And 17 is for actually the what you call the item data. The header data is stored in another table. I guess it is 68. So let me show you, and again let me go inside. Suppose info record, material info record. Let me choose table number 17. Okay, this is step number 25, table number 17, material info record. And there you see the search criteria. So in this table, the search for value of a condition is done through searching the vendor number, then the material number, purchase organization number, plant number, and info record category. So there are 5 such criteria defined. The system, uh, when try to search the value for a access sequence number 0002, and this is for the gross price. So what is the gross price for, say, vendor number 1000, material 100-101, which I have defined, then purchase organization 1000, plant 1000, and info record category, say, standard. So these will the system will go inside this table number 17, search for vendor 1000, material 100-101, purchase organization 1000, plant 1000, and info record category standard, and it will find out the gross price of the value of the gross price condition type, and it will take that value and come out, and it will show you on the purchase document. So This is how it works. Now, uh, how the system starts searching for price and how it works. So let me show you. There's some more things. One is schema group and another is schema determination. So first of all, the system searches for particular schema, and schema is nothing but a relation between vendor group and purchase organization group. And we have defined them. We have defined the schema at the group level because for each vendor, combination of each vendor and purchase organization will have a large number of entries in the database. So instead of that, we have defined group and we have attached those groups on each vendor and each purchase organization, and then we have also defined the schema which works for these groups. So it is on this screen. So suppose calculation schema for our purchase orders. So here I will show you the relation of the schema with the purchase group and vendor group. So here the first column is schema group for purchase organization. The next one is schema group for vendor organization. Third one is the pricing procedure or pricing schema. So these are linked like this. So suppose I have uh, schema group for purchase organization 1000, and suppose actually I have a purchase organization 1000 and it has the schema group 1000. Then I have a vendor 1000 which has a pricing which has a schema group HDV, and with this condition, with these two, against which I have defined uh, pricing procedure KMPR01. So KMPR01, again I will go back and show you what it is. So whenever I am creating a purchase order for purchase organization 1000 and vendor 1000, this schema, this pricing schema KMPR01 will be selected always, and then it will show you the structure, and inside that how the prices, the gross price is determined based on the mm, the info record based on the other criteria. So value, though that value will be picked on the on your PO. So let me go back and show you structure of this pricing schema KMPR01. And calculation schema KMPR. Where is that? Yeah, this is the one. Now let me show you the structure. Okay, so this pricing procedure has step number one, counter one, gross price. Then step number 15, counter zero, freight percentage, condition type. Then on step number 20, I have effective price, and then and this effective price is calculated from step number 1 to step number 15. That means it takes gross price and freight to calculate effective price, and then I have net price. So this is the structure. Now let me create a purchase order for vendor 1000, purchase organization 1000. So let us create a purchase order. Okay, so vendor is 1000, purchase organization is 1000, purchase group 01, company code 1000, and material is 101, quantity suppose 5, and plant 1000. Now when I enter, the system has picked net price 5 from the info record, and the structure of the condition, let me show you. Here it has copied from the condition, the schema, the schema, this one, KMPR01, PV00, the first condition type, then FRA2 second. So you see here the structure has been copied from the schema, and values, these values, they have been picked from the info record. So let us go and see the info record. Here, info record number 601, 6016, sorry, this info record. So this info record is record is created for vendor 1000, material 100, material group 001, purchase organization 1000, and this is info record type is standard. Okay, and the net price in the condition is 5. Let me show you now the condition. In the condition, the net price is 5, PB00. So this is how the price calculation is done in SAP MM. So this was all about pricing determination or pricing procedure in SAP MM. So I thank you for your time, and we will have some other sessions in other events later. Thank you all.